Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor, and it's going to be a little chilly and cold today because we're playing some Operation Lockers Rush defense where I'm about to drop a bomb with the M416 with the help of Stubby Grip, Coyote Optic, and of course the laser sight. It's going to be chilly and cold because we're going to focus on the snow lane. I've made videos about this before, I've talked about it a lot. Arguably the most important lane in this map, whether it's Conquest or Rush, and here's why. If you give them snow, they can side rage, they can back rage, they can set up crossfire. See this entire platform? I mean, we've all played Operation Locker. You can shoot into that, and then that wipes out your team's position on that platform, and then you've got nothing. If you don't have snow, if they're shooting into that platform, you're going to lose the platform. Then what do you have? You're stuck. They're going to get both MCOMs. So it's about balancing this map, and not a lot of people like to play snow. It can be a slower lane to push. It can be a slower lane to play, but it's probably the most rewarding, team rewarding lane to push. And of course, I talk about this all the time. When you lose a lane, whether it's Conquest or Rush, try to get it back. It's probably going to be pretty hard. More than likely, there's a gob of people coming at you because they just earned this position and they want to take it. So you're probably going to have your work cut out for you. Play a little slow. Play careful. Pay attention to your mini-map. See what's popping up. See where your friendlies are dropping. And you can see we've got a nice squad beacon in back. That kind of helps, but you can still run out of bounds to get here as the defender out the back where the next set of MCOMs is near. So that kind of helps you if you ever do lose this. But it's all about that slow push. You can get 2 or 3 kills, but if you don't get the squad wipes, they're just going to come back. And that's what you got to be careful of. Dice put in the spawn blocking a while ago where if somebody's being shot at, suppressed, or in combat, they can't spawn on them. But remember, where there's 1, there can be 5. So if somebody's behind a rock, they're not in combat, people can pop out of them like a magical monkey's butt. And then you have to be careful. So it's very, very important to play this and play for the wipes. And here's a perfect example of when you don't own snow lane, you cough it up for too long, or you don't get those wipes. The crossfire gets set up by the attackers. They get to the inside of the map, and then everybody on the platform who's worried about that 3-foot wide doorway gets absolutely murdered. So the people on the inside get killed first, and the people up top the platform just get wiped out. You don't have snow, you don't have the platform, you don't have inside. On a map like Lockers, you're more than likely not getting it back because you need to make a push on multiple lanes. Because if you set one lane back up, you're just going to get shot from the other lane. So you have to be very careful about snow. It'll get you. So one of the things that happens when you're playing Rush as defenders is overcompensation. It's really common. What do I mean by that? So everybody's got their preferred lane that they're playing. The vast majority of people are playing inside. The second that MCOM goes off, all of a sudden alarm strikes in people's heads. Oh my gosh, we gotta move. We gotta go save that MCOM. Take a look at your mini-map. Take a look at your major map. One of the things that I have bound to my mouse, I have a Roccat Cone XTD, which has a scroll wheel, and it also has tilt wheel. So I can put my mini-map size, small, medium, large on that, and then I can actually put the big map. Pay attention. You see a bunch of enemies shooting it up between you and the MCOM. Do they own those other 2 lanes? The only thing that's going to happen, more than likely, is you're going to get annihilated and murdered, and you're simply going to cough up the lane that you guys just had, that you have locked down. And more than likely, it's going to be where that second MCOM is at. So usually what happens on Rush, they get 1 MCOM, everybody starts shifting over, they don't realize that the other lanes have been compromised, the herd gets thinned out, and then there's only a couple people playing that last MCOM. And that's when that 3-foot doorway does become a problem because it's really easy to push when there's only a couple people left, or they lost the inside and snow lane, and everybody's just simply getting shot up. So basically what I'm saying, it usually makes sense just to stay still and let them slowly re-push those other lanes. If we would have had a little bit more help snow, more than likely it would have saved that other MCOM. And it happens on a lot of the linear maps, but most maps in Rush are linear. Some are wide open, but there's maps like Propaganda, Metro, Lockers, and some very linear maps where there's only 2 or 3 lanes, and then a couple small choke points. So you have to be careful. Try not to lose one of these lanes, because you might not ever get it back, just like we're fighting with snow right now. They pushed up so heavy and so fast up this snow lane, even though there's a squad of us, we couldn't even get close to the MCOM, and that rock is great to play to cover your teammates and your squad members who push this rock. They can use the verticality as cover to my left underneath me, sneak up and back rage this whole area, but it was too little, too late. We coughed up snow and we haven't recovered. That means they've got the crossfire set up and they're just working everybody internally on the map. And instead of making the same mistake of the first set of MCOMs, I'm actually going to slow rotate back to mid after making a couple more attempts on snow and not getting anywhere. Remember, that MCOM is down. My biggest fear is the crossfire that can come from outside, but as long as I don't jump over this wall and play this piece of cover, I'm pretty well protected from all that fire, as long as you don't get in kitchen. And it's very, very, very important to pay attention to your mini-map, not just for the enemies, but your friendlies. Are there 5, 6, 7 guys cooking in the kitchen? Then you're okay. But once they start dropping like flies, you're going to get shot in the side or in the back, which at this point in the game would wipe us all out from these ledges, and they'd get a quick MCOM set, and then we'd be pushed back again. So whenever I play this position, my primary look is down this lane. Then my secondary look is outside. And when you can, try to make a push. Don't let them get comfortable, because in lockers, people like to pile up 3, 4, 5, 6 bodies deep around corners. Then, of course, if you can blow a lane up, that means you can get the back rage on, knocking them back even further. So when you can expose a lane, go do it, and you'll more than likely have a little bit of fun. And hopefully some teammates follow you, fill that area that you just blew up, having the attackers have to re-earn all of that, which is probably the biggest thing you could do in Rush. Just taking back chunks of a lane or completely blowing up a lane, allowing your teammates to follow. Down to a handful of tickets. I haven't given up on snow completely, but let's be realistic. We're simply not going to establish it in this round of Lockers Rush. It's not going to happen. It was actually our own demise in the first set of MCOMs and almost caused our demise on the second set of MCOMs. If you guys were getting chilly while watching this, I apologize, but you could take off your jackets or your parkers now, because this round is quickly coming to an end. We actually do hold on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this M416 gameplay with the Coyote Optic laser sight and stubby grip. As always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you guys soon.
Good game, guys.